Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to me. Cash flow, multiple streams. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money comes to me actively and passively.
Money talks to me and say, welcome back to Legacy Stream.
Let me work for you.
I love that shit. This is what my money do. I'd rather watch my own pockets than pocket watching. In the shadows, the evil eyes always watching. Inflation is watching us too. And my money say I'ma help you keep fueling these assets that generate daily income. I got you. These wages alone ain't finna do it for you. Keep putting me to work, I'ma work for you. 365 days a year, rain, shine, or sleet. We always coming with the heat. Money goes out, but it comes back infinite full with a diverse portfolio. So you know money say also get you some gold. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money don't hate me, only people. Evil eye looking at me like a lick. Looking at my haters, you make me sick. I put my focus on my money and I feel better. I secure the bag, which is me and my family. Money say I got you, this is for the legacy. Keep blessing me, so I keep blessing you. Money attracts more money, money attracts more money. Money talk to me, giving me wisdom. We gotta grow, the focus is always cash flow. Stick to the plan, position for success. Money knows money and money knows best. Money say have a short term and a long term strategy. It's all about strategy, so I can assist if there is a tragedy. I'm loyal to those who are loyal to me. Let's go. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. Money, 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 money comes to me. Comes to cash flow, multiple streams. We coming from nothing and making something. 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 Money talk. Welcome back to another legacy message. Welcome back to another legacy message. Sending nothing but good energy your way. Time is money.
Working for the legacy. Take a seat. Miss me with the bullshit. Time is money. Working for the legacy. The spirit of fear.
Don't live here. I'm crystal clear. I'm Mr. CKU.
That's right.
Enjoy these source views. I'm divine. I stay on time. I know I'm in alignment. Sending energetic flowers your way. Sending energetic flowers your way. Sending energetic flowers your way.
Emperor of the animal dynasty.
An emperor
with a new groove. I can't lose. No too smooth. No screws. Walk with grace.
since you are a fool.
Take a seat. Miss me with the bullshit. Time is money. Working for the legacy. Take a seat. Miss me with the bullshit. Time is money. Working for the legacy.
What y'all niggas don't know, I'm that nigga that know. Rebuking poverty, it all starts with the mind. Shout out to the blind, I know you live a lie. You gotta pay me to entertain your life, huh? These Stockholm Syndrome niggas got nothing on me. Pick up a financial book, I bet you won't read.
You better read about your legacy. Better take a seat. Miss me with the bullshit. Time is money. Working for the legacy. Take a seat. Miss me with the bullshit. Time is money. Working for the legacy.
Welcome back to another legacy message. Welcome back to another legacy message. Welcome back. Playing one more song. Welcome back to another legacy message. Crazy, crazy, getting some love. Oh shit. It's getting love on both of my channels. Crazy, crazy. All I see is crazy. All I see is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Yeah. Shout out to Kendra.
All I see is chaos. Yeah. A nation of workers. yeah.
And not thinker. Happy birthday, Sarah.
Yeah. This is the land of the free. This is the land of the free.
Let me ask you a question. Is you free?
Is you? This is the land of the free. This is the land of the free. Let me ask you a question. Is you free? Is you?
Is you one that takes responsibilities of your liberties? I stand with the bold, brave, and free.
Is you one that takes responsibilities of your liberties?
I stand with the bold, brave, and free. Crazy, crazy, yeah. All I see is chaos, yeah. A nation of workers, yeah. And not thinkers, yeah. History repeats itself. People ain't checking themselves, they're unconscious. They are NPCs. History repeats itself. People ain't checking themselves, they're unconscious. They are NPCs, just toys in a little boy's story. Just toys in a little boy's story. You don't know money, so how could you be free? You don't know money, so how could you be free?
Crazy, crazy, yeah. All I see is chaos, yeah.
A nation of workers,
Yeah.
and not thinkers,
Yeah.
The Trilateral Club is to the left. Welcome back to another Legacy Generational stream. It's Father K, UK to Wise, but shout out to Kendra, shout out to Sarah, shout out to John, shout out to Paul Revere, shout out to everybody that go end up in the chat. Cody, y'all already know. But it's Father K, UK to Wiseman, K the Landlord, K the Human Crystal, K the Human Tarot. We're talking about being the energy god. We're talking about 6% high return on energy investment. But I'm not your financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, all right? I'm more like a Bitcoiner, your spiritual brother, your big brother, your little brother, your father on the internet. And we definitely be kicking game about blockchain, rental income, and commodities. Currently, boss movements are the only movements in motion. Let me repeat. Currently, boss movements are the only movements in motion. We're going through the greatest wealth transfer in human history, so make sure you're on the right side of history. Let me repeat. We're going through the greatest wealth transfer in human history, so make sure you're on the right side of history. Pivot, leveraging, and profiting. These are legacy generational wealth messages, okay? We're cash flow motivators. We're elite asset allocators on this side, all right, in this channel. That's how we operate all day, every day. God's way. Shout out to our Heavenly Father. Thank you, Source. Team loyalty, the vibe. No monkey branching on the side. Loyalty, all day. Respect. God bless. Let's get further to this legacy generational wealth message in which that we have here today. All right, here's the title. God wants you in one mind, and the devil wants you in two. God wants you in one mind, because you got one mind. The devil wants you in two. One more time. God wants you in one mind. You got one mind. But the devil wants you in two. And we've been seeing it right in front of our eyes. A lot of dualistic realities of always tug of war display. Always right in front of us. The truth be in plain sight. That when you're when you're in two minds, you experience way more lostness. You experience less grace, right? You experience a lot more toxicity, stagnancy, right? Shout out to Paul Revere, right? Shout out to King. You experience more stuff like that. You want to be in one mind because with one mind, you're more direct, right? You want to be seeing things singularity. I do get that being in two minds can get you back to one, but you need to understand that being in two minds is an idle playground. That's the devil's playground. Being on the fence of two sides or whatever, or having to be stuck in two sides will distort your view. It will, and especially if you're not doing your own. Hold on. Especially if you're not doing your own like due diligence and whatnot, it will truly distort your view and having you not really actually doing anything.
And when you're in one mind, you're going to be taking assertive, affirmative action. And that's where we need to be, but that's not where the devil wants us to be. The devil wants us to be fiddling around, being stuck and not knowing what to do. Right? If you're ever in that space, just understand and overstand you're in the devil's playground. You're not in God's world of play. Get out and play. Let's get active. Let go. Let's go. Right? That's God's world. Right? You're in a hell-based paradigm when you're choosing to stay stuck. Because I listen to my word of choice is a choice. You're choosing. It's you choosing these things. It's not anybody else. It's you choosing to be in this other state of being, which you can be in the other when you're ready. But you have to be aware of what's really going on within you and around you for you to make that shift. And if you're not aware of what's going on within you and around you, you're not going to shift because you're still unconscious to it. You don't know better, so why would you do better, right? You don't know better. Shout out to D Jordan. Shout out to D Jordan. Most people operate within a two mind timeline. So you can see it already taking place within reality, right? When we know, when those in their one mind actually knows that it's two sides, one party, two sides, one bird, two wings, one bird, right? Like people in one mind know that, but people in two minds play both sides, right? And they're more willing to be of the trilateral spectrum of things. Appreciate you, Paul Revere. But they tend to be more in that mindset of things than the one mind and being direct. When you're in two minds, you're all over the place, and you play all kinds of mirage, weirdo games. That's what the two mind leads you to, playing weirdo games like Uncle Pedophile saying himself, playing weirdo games. One mind don't do that. It's either you're in or you're out, and it's very important why we're having this conversation, or why God is flowing through me to have this conversation with you guys, is because what is to come next as Trump enters back into office is going to be a lot more chaos, a lot more chaos, like almost similar to having to go under submission like before, and having to sacrifice your integrity, your free your natural free rights to be a part of their system. It's coming around again. It's everything always be full circling, especially when you don't learn the lessons the first time. It will come again to see if you've learned. That's the only way to really know, is like, did you get the lesson the first time, or do you need a second time? Do we need a third time or fourth time? you know. So it is gonna come again, and I hold faith that, like the song "Crazy Crazy," I'm standing with the bold, brave, and free, right? We're standing with people that is of their own authority. Like, it is your own right to make sure that you're good in a world that is not looking so good, in a world that's moving crazy. Like how our government can't even pass its own audits. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't the government, right, they would be going to jail. But see, that's what happens when you are the closest to the source of money creation, and you're the one running the game. Like, there's all kinds of advantages. So this is why I always speak to y'all, especially for masculinity, where you should be playing your own game. You should be figuring things out where you're doing your own thing, because that's very important. Because when you're playing somebody else's game, you don't really benefit like that, especially in the Infinity Bill spell and the Infinity Bill reality. Like, that reality is full of that's not the people's reality. That's a tyranny, dictatorial reality. What's a people reality? Would be gold, silver, Bitcoin, land, assets, business, corporation. That will always be people's reality. I don't care what generation you in. If being that these videos will be on the internet for however long the internet exists, right? No matter, whenever people come and attract to these videos, this, you will always win, no matter what generation you in. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, land, assets, business, corporation. You will not fail. You will be the full owner of your birthright. Like, we're supposed to be abundant and prosperous. I mean, we could be abundant, and we're abundant because you could be abundant in the most low vibrational way. You know what I mean? Think about all them generations of family dynamics that just go through poverty over and over and over again. Like, we are extremely abundant. However, that's just the wrong way of going about using your own fucking power. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to be abundant in fucking poverty, like, generationally? Like, that's real unfortunate. And those people that are in those types of scenarios generationally, is they're just misusing their power. You know, they're using their power in a very low way, in a way that is not preserving of self, or not is not preserving of self or anything else. You know, so that's why we got to use our power. We got to realize, like, yo, we actually are powerful. Like, we do create a lot of our own scenarios. Like, everything that is going on in this world right now, this is man's creation. This has less to do with God and more to do with petty people's greed and, you know, insecurities, and what makes them feel good, and knowing that they got it that good where they got people and puppets on a string. You know, like, it's real fucked up. But everything that is going on in this world of chaos, organized chaos, is people's doing. It's people doing this knowing that they can do it. And that's because, like, before the internet, you know, information was way more controlled. We're the internet generation. We're the digidestineds. Like, we're the generation where we have the information in our fingertips. Like, whatever you're trying to tell us, we can question it and find other perspectives and points of views to unlock more of our own awareness if needed. So the monopoly on information, on finances and stuff like that, a lot of that has changed. The monopoly on the religion and all that shit's changing because we've truly evolved due to the Internet of Things, the technological advancements that's been taking place within our reality since, you know, we've been growing up. You know, that's really what's been going on. So that's where now mainstream you're seeing them put on a show of, you know, what happens when you're losing control. It's just theatrics, it's drama, it's theater. Like, you're seeing what it's like, where you shouldn't want to be that emotional. Like, why would you ever want to be in such emotional spaces and lash out in the ways that, you know, and then two, we're smart enough to really realize that, in one mind, we're smart enough to truly realize that the system is just telling on itself. Like, I always tell you that one narc, one cockroach, one demon will lead you to all the others. The truth is always in plain sight, and people be telling on themselves. So let them tell. You know, just listen. That's another thing about being a business person, an entrepreneur. We all have to learn how to refine your ability to listen, because your ability to listen will also make your ability to sell and scale with selling way more better. You got to be able to listen, and most people really don't have. They don't really have a good they don't have a real good ability to listen. Their retention span and whatnot is real small. And then just real truth too, when you just don't fucking care, you ain't gonna retain shit. You're not gonna, like, when you more so care about the sale than what the whole experience of it. Like, you ain't gonna care. You ain't gonna remember nothing. You're not gonna see things in the detailed form or communicate in the way that I'm doing. It takes a person caring. It takes a person caring. And most people in two minds don't care about nothing. How can they? They're lost. Confused people. Listen, when you are confused, you need to take some time to yourself before, like, getting back so deep into the world. Being lost is not a good thing in this human experience. Like, when you're lost, all right, cool. You identify that you're lost. Now you really want to define yourself and find yourself. So this way, it's easier to see manipulation. It's easier to see just all the devil's tricks. See, when you're lost and you're trying to be in a world of lostness, all you're gonna do is become more lost. That's where you need the time of stillness. I didn't say idle mind. Stillness is different. Meditation is different than being an idle mind where you're just in your mental space. You're just more in your yogic mind all over the place. That you don't want to be. Because when you're like that over here, you're more likely to move in those ways too externally of yourself. So therefore, you're missing out on very important things because you're being like the rabbit instead of the turtle, or knowing how to master both. but you really want to be the turtle because, like, time is a man-made construct, right? So we got to make sure in anything that we got, well, that we doing, we got to make sure we know it first, or else when you launch or whenever you make moves, certain things gonna slow you down because certain things are still not right within you. Like, you really got to get you right. You get you right, everything else get right, and you can handle everything and know that everything gonna be all right. Because what is to come, it's real. It's gonna be another spiritual test and another testimony in which that we're gonna fucking pass. You're the bold, brave, and free. Don't volunteer for any form of submission. Don't give in to any fear of whatever is to come next. Just be prepared and know that you were expecting shit to come. Don't be in the two mind where they're making it seem like they live in a world where they can't be informed of what's really going on. And like all this technology in this new world of warfare, they're using drones and whatnot to spy on motherfuckers, and they can some of them drones got some weapons on it. You know what I'm saying? So you really want to get prepared. You want to be in the awareness. You don't want to lack awareness, like you ain't know all the shit was here when you are in the information age. You are in the fourth industrial revolution. You do have a phone at your fingertips to get access to all this information and get this insight and get this awareness. So the days of being unprepared in mental, emotional, spiritual is over. That's for the birds. That's for the people that are still in two minds on some sinister shit. Still secure in their insecurities. Nothing new. You're still secure in your insecurities in the free world instead of securing yourself, taking the time to yourself, right? Taking the time to be in your hyperbolic time chamber and put in that work so that you get right. Because you can't be in a world of vultures, a world of fucking greedy, sinister people, and be taken in all kinds of direction and be manipulated and be easily influenced and whatnot. Think that things are gonna go how you really want and desire in life. No. You gotta know how to have discernment. You gotta be able to see good and evil people. And when evil people show you some shit, grow from it, learn from it. When evil people show you what they're showing you is to keep them type of people away from you, out of your life. That is the lesson in this game. That's called wisdom. That's called wisdom. See, when you don't know like human quality and human psychology, you're gonna learn it through living life and dealing with people. You're gonna learn that there's just certain things you gotta pay attention to, and just not everybody can put yourself around. Because if you show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Show yourself your friends, you show yourself your future. Are you the smartest person in the room? Why is that? Why are you not developing the room? Why are you not expanding so that you continue to keep growing? Because the ones that are growing are the only ones that are truly excelling. The ones that are still growing are the apex. They're the stronger ones. They're the ones that run everybody else around. The ones that keep growing. It's not the ones that lack the growth now. The ones that lack the growth, you're a child. Right? And I can't even say that because when you're a child, you actually want to grow. You need to experience all those trauma experiences where you don't have the wisdom from your elders, where it's just like, yo, it's character development. Don't harp on that. Don't hold tight to that. Like, we're all growing. We're living life. Like, there's your elders are supposed to tell you, like, I ain't gonna be there for everything. Like, there's certain things you're supposed to just experience on your own. Like I'm supposed to be here to guide you and help nurture you and condition you into the way of being a very successful man or woman. But at the end of the day, like, there's just certain things that you're gonna personally experience on your own, and within that, you're gonna get stronger because we are here for a personal experience, guys. Yes, collectively, we're here to experience other people that are experiencing their own personal experience. You just got to keep that in mind. You're still here for self, but you're just experiencing self with people that are more of your reflection, more of your likeness. And some people can come disguised like they like you and like they're about the shit that you're about, but those are the jackasses that I always be be preaching, like people say I be preaching, but those are the I want y'all to identify. You should be able to identify with those jackasses and let them know you're a jackass. Just like that. I tell you, Vladimir and all them fucking demons, they're gonna feel it. They gonna feel it. They gonna, yeah, you gonna see them. The, it's almost like a crucifixion, son. When you speak God's word and with God's power, yeah. You know, start shape shifting and shit. Yeah. That's what they start doing. They start getting triggered because they're weak. They are weak. People in two minds are weak. People who are direct, people who are plotting and scheming against those that are in two minds, they know what's really going on. So they're the one creating this environmental trapping, human trapping and shit going on. It's just weird. It's very weird. Like that's what we got going on with human beings. Like we have people in human forms that are aliens. You know what I mean? We got people in human form that ain't like the human that they were born as. Like they're not that human being no more. Now what they was born as is God. Nah, they've been defiled. Like they on some like lesser shit. Some real lesser stuff. Like real demonic stuff. And when you got God's power and you speak that truth, like I say, you was a jackass, they gonna feel it. They gonna want to argue. Don't argue with them. Send them on their way. Tell them to walk with grace. You in two minds. Go to your room. Go figure some shit out. You're blind. Them days are over where the collective body gonna be the blind leading blind. No. The blind leading blind right now is on an unsustainable path. Things are not working out within the infinity bell, within this infinity spell. Infinity bill. Things are not working out. Like you got to give big respect for Bitcoin, gold, silver, land, assets, business, corporations, because without shit like that, like we will literally be under control. Literally. And once again, the people who make the rules, they break their own rules. They don't even follow their own rules. So that's why a man of God like me and with such logic and reasoning, yeah, bro, I'm just trying to play the game, get the bread, build it up, you know, help build up some other people and shit like that too, and go play my own fucking game, bro. Cause that shit crazy. The people who make the rules, they bake the rules. They don't give a fuck about the rules. They just use the rules to keep everybody else of NPC levels in control and obedience. So I get it to a degree. It works. It works. I get it. But bro, the greatest witchcraft is somebody lying to you. Y'all do know that, right? I don't care if it's white. A lie is a lie. And that's some witchcraft shit. That's trying to put a motherfucker into lostness. That could set people up for be taken out. You gotta know how to read the room, read the energy. Check. No demons, check. Still a man, check. You gotta be able to read the energy. Because lies can lead to a lot more liability. And you're seeing right now how being in a two mind reality, they just use and abuse you. You act one way, but you're really this way, and then they could just throw out all their blackmail and whatnot and have everybody hate you. Look, everybody, look. Diddler made it seem like he was like this, but he's really this. Look. Real like mean girls, like retarded. I'm in high school, cool club, queer club, you know, just real weird. This world is weird. People in one mind, bro. We look at reality completely different. This is a weird world. People who are supposedly human beings, bro, a lot of them are weird. Like we got people in different bodies. We got demons out here. Man playing woman, woman playing man. Now, in Rome's kingdom, that is normal. I just want y'all to know that. That's why I say I play this game, get this money, and go do my own thing, because I ain't fucking with Rome like that. I ain't fucking with Rome like that. Besides these taxes, in which that we gotta pay or whatever. Long as Rome is still getting paid, we good. We good. You do your business over there. But being in two minds is how you destroy the family dynamic, as we are seeing. Is how you destroy America. Mm-hmm. Them white lies. The whitewashing of the mind. You taking advantage of these young innocent minds and putting what you want to put in there. If you're a narc, you're like, damn son, I'm fucking powerful. I could put whatever the fuck I want in these future minds. These minds will one day be adults. And I can groom them to be like little boys as adults, little girls as adults. And they won't even know it. Because they're so fucking dumb like that. That's how I see Uncle Satan, bro. That's how I see pedophile Satan, bro. He doing it. He doing some real wicked shit right in front of our face. And we're having this conversation today because now that the selection is over, right? It's time for more chaos to begin. Y'all do know that like this election two mind stuff is just a distraction, guys. The last 4 years within American people's lives has just gotten worse. That was like a real good stall period. You know how like One Piece has all kinds of filler episodes? Yeah, the last 4 years was like a 4 years of filler episodes, bro. And in those 4 years of filler episodes, right? They've been building the fourth industrial reality kind of like seamlessly, right in front of, while people are distracted on the financial hardships and this inflation and this job and immigration and who the next president is gonna be, and can't wait for Biden to leave. Real good 4 years of filler scenes. And in those 4 years, it did slowly change people's way of thinking and feeling about their reality. That's all part of the plot and plan as well. In this human migration of us going into the fourth, which is pretty, because we only read about the industrial ages in books, so now we're actually living it out. We can write our own books now. It's kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's kind of fire. But them last 4 years were filler scenes, because as you can see, Trump is gonna be the one that's gonna land us into the fourth industrial reality. Oh, y'all ready to rumble? What side? And it's very important that you figure out right now what side you on. Are you on the side of God, which is knowledge and wisdom, awareness, insight, depth, consciousness? Or are you on the side of the devil where you lack it? You're going to rebuke it. You're going to rebuke that knowledge. You're going to rebuke the wisdom. You're going to rebuke the devil details. You're gonna love the infinity bill and love government tyranny. You need to know which side. You can't play both sides. Are you gonna stand with those that are standing bold, brave, and free? Or are you gonna stand with those that are getting back on the boat on another form of plantation and about to go under a new form of tyranny? You gotta figure it out, because whatever you're choosing, just know that's gonna be the paradigm you're gonna be in, the bubble you're gonna be in. You're gonna be with a whole bunch of people that's suffering. They didn't have to suffer, they chose to suffer. You gotta realize these things. They chose to suffer. In the free world, nobody is forcing you to suffer besides yourself. I want you to know that. I want you to know that. Or are you going to be in a side of more liberation and people's purchasing power getting stronger, and due to this technological advancements, people are actually able to leave the work world and work for themselves, mastering their time? Because this is the reality that we're in. More people are learning how to master more and more of their time and knowing how to use their resources to profit. No longer are those days where people are just stuck to just a job now. Don't get me wrong, we still have this, we still have some time. We still have some time. 2025 to 2027, check out Crypto Teacher as well. It's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be a serious movie. These next 4 years, especially if you're in the blockchain world, because we have our first fucking crypto president, it's gonna be fucking fire. All we're gonna do is keep scaling up. You best fucking believe it. And with Trump talking about, because of the energy and the credibility and the type of leader that he is, talking about Bitcoin reserve on their balance sheet, that's forcing all these other leaders to take all these other governmental leaders to take initiative action and make sure on their government balance sheet they got some Bitcoin reserve if there's even any left. Because to me, this is just a show. I give time to be able to really know what is it that I know. I be giving time. I don't be rushing stuff. I allow shit to play out. We gotta allow certain things to play out. We can't haste like this anticipation stuff and whatnot. That's that two mind devil playground. No. I allow things to just. I'm a watchman on the wall. I allow things to play out. Cause this ain't my game. I'm just a player in it, and I'm just playing to win. So I gotta be a watchman on the wall and watch more than I react. Cause I came here in the last 31 years, and there's a whole bunch of BS that I've come into that I don't claim or own. I don't choose to own it, and I want to attach myself to it. Cause it's disgusting. It's filthy. We need a whole new storyteller. We need a whole new messenger. We need a whole. Yeah, we yucky. We gotta do better. We can do better when we want to. All it takes is a can-do attitude, and that's what everybody need now. Shout out to Lewis and his top 5. Shout out to Lewis and his top 5. Jumping on the boat and studying how to be a boat mechanic as we speak. Oh, that's fire, Lewis. That's what's up. Shout out to the boat mechanic that's teaching you, bro. That's masculinity right there. Masculinity learning. He got me in one ear tuning in to the spiritual voltage, right? And then he over there as well. I don't even know how he do it. He multitasking and talking about a boat mechanic. How to be a boat mechanic. Yo, that's crazy. That's a hell of a multitask. Hey, my boy, make sure you're learning how to do the boat mechanic, because a boat ain't what kind of boat you working on. It sounds like I'm imagining a big boat. So you better make sure you stay focused on the boat. You know what I mean? We don't want no injuries. You know how that mechanic life is. Shout out to all my mechanics. One mind will have you making direct decisions, making moves. You can't be on two sides. You can't be in or out. Like it's either you're all in or you're out. It's either you with God or you out. Because if you're gonna be with God, you're gonna have to make a stand. I just want you to know that. This is where it's gonna get more fun. Cause motherfuckers gonna try you. And I'm like, bitch, try me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you gotta know. Like, if you're on the other side, just know, just get ready to bend over, submit, take the mushroom tip, and whatever they want for you next. You want dictation. You know what I'm saying? If you're not with God's side, that's what you're saying. You're all about submitting and being a fear and being soft because you're the weaker human being and stuff like that. So get in where you fit in. Make sure you're on that side. Because when we make this stand, it ain't gonna be like Mummy. You know, in the Mummy where Benny dipped on what's his name? The actor from it. I don't even remember his name, but Brendan Fraser. Yeah, he's like, Benny, you gonna be there with me? You gonna stay with me and stay with me? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay with you. I'm gonna stay with you. And next you know, he dipped. Yeah, see, that's them trilateral fuckers we don't want on our side. Them trilateral fuckers, you need to know what side you need to be on. Because we ain't got no fear, nigga. When we die, it gonna be a holiday like what Lil Wayne said in that song. We gonna die free. And we never even dare anyway, right? But at least we didn't bend down to no motherfucking gay man tyranny system and whatever, and gay man ways of going about things. Like, yo, bro, you gay. Punch that nigga in the nuts. You know what I'm saying? Because that's strange. Why are you trying to have a man submit? You know what I mean? Go get your women to submit. Go get your children to submit. Why you trying to have another man submit? The moment you started doing stuff like that, I know you operating with Uncle Pedophile Satan. I know you operate with Uncle Pedophile Satan. Cause that shit don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I don't get the savagery of why another man will want another man to have him submit to him, besides him being gay. My mind, that none of that ain't never in my mind. Yeah, I want this man to submit to me. Yeah, like I'm having thoughts, all kinds of thoughts and motivations and emotionalities, talking about, yeah, I want another man to submit to me. Yeah, that ain't operate. That's not how. That's none of that's going on up here. None of that. So for that to be actually operating in man mind, them brothers, watch out. Watch out, Uncle. They working with Uncle Pedophile saying, I ain't fucking with that. All these big crypto guys are gonna need good boat mechanics. I like that, Lewis. I like that. You is right. You is right. Yeah, Lewis. I see you sticking around in this network for a long time. I hold faith that we will continue to, make this bond and connection stronger, my brother. I really do. What's good, my guys? Top of the day to you and your, cause that's a good perception. I see dollar signs with that. I really do. I really do. You know what I mean? And then I started thinking about you gotta have somewhere to put the shit too. Money in that. Money in that. Got to store them yachts. Nothing like having knowing a friend or having people in your network that have boat yards where you can go put your boat, put your yacht, put some money. Put some money in people in your network pocket. Yeah, cause we vote with our money. This old way of voting, it don't make no sense to me. It's all emotional. This last election showed us like this political stuff is a joke. It really showed us this political stuff is a joke. Like I don't know what that was, but all I know is people are voting on feelings. Not facts and finances. People made the right decision though. They really did. But the Democratic side especially, I don't even want to see. I don't want to get into two minds. Let me get out of it. Whoa. See, that shit will trap you. Don't be getting in that. No, I don't want to be talking about stuff like that. My bad. Let me catch myself. Sounds like revolving real estate money. Oh yeah. Exactly. Because we're gonna be living in those times of seeing our first trillionaires, multi-trillionaires, and all that. Like the concentration of wealth is gonna look real crazy. It's gonna look real crazy. And so we're trying to make a dent in that, make a plate, like almost like a platonic shift, because the Earth move real slow, right? So we trying to make a shift though. We trying to move it though. We trying to make a little slow move. At least make a little dent in their plots and plans, and make sure that we the people have wealth transferring to us in this wealth transfer. And the way we go about it, we tell the story and narrative. That's how we go about it. Right? We're not gonna be eating the bugs. Okay, we're in America. We can own plots of land and grow our own food and maintain our own animals and stuff like that. It's been time. It's way before our generation where people should have been doing more things themselves, but they fall into the traps of convenience and comfortability and whatnot in a jungle. Yeah, the stage look different. Yeah, we nice houses or whatever, but it's still a jungle. It's still a jungle. And we just had a couple generations of just being way too comfortable and way too lazy and giving into lies. Shout out to Cody. Yo, Cody, I've been tuning into Dolores. Maybe a couple years ago, I would have resonated. I still resonate with what she's saying. But some of them shorts, we're talking about grays and reptilians and stuff like that, that's going a little too far for me. It's a little too far in my reality, but at least right now, we're in the space in which I'm in. But I fuck with her. Because she an elder and she kicking real game. You know what I mean? She kicking that real spiritual game. So guys, definitely tune in to Dolores. Yeah. What's her name? Dolores Cannon? Right? That's what it was. I wrote it down. Yeah, Dolores Cannon. Definitely tune into y'all if y'all want to get some different level of spiritual insight. But right now, I'm good on stuff like that, to be honest with you, Cody. But appreciate you, because that did definitely resonate, and I was receptive to it. But I'm not in those spaces where that for me to really want to entertain it, because aliens being real, let's say in aliens in the way that they package it to us, step up. Yo, I'm God's chosen, so I ain't scared of nothing. Hey, yo, this is my reality. Like, bitch, if you an alien and you wanna square up, bitch, square up. I ain't scared of you. I don't care how much movies I watch where there's all kinds of dish looking things coming over the earth, and you know, all these kind of reptilian sounds and stuff like that. I don't care how much movies they show me, bitch. I ain't scared. I just eat the popcorn and be like, this bitch, this is a movie. This ain't real life. I know aliens in real life though. If we were gonna talk about real 3D God GTA reality, I know aliens. Oh yeah. They don't look like what they be talking about on the TV screen and stuff like that. But that shit don't scare me. And I ain't gonna get in no lostness with any of that either. Being in two minds, talking about aliens is real. They ain't real. They ain't real. Unless you're talking about some internal shit and changing the internal operations of human beings where they look like you, but they ain't like you. That's the only kind of alien I know. Motherfuckers that don't do things God's way. That's alien. But as far as like little like the aliens that they with the big heads and shit that they be describing on TV and stuff like that, miss me with that. Miss me with that. Oh yeah, they're demons. Exactly. A lot of the other things she talks about is on point. Some can be off base. Oh yeah. That's what I agree 100%. Thank you for expressing it the way that you're expressing it, because I 100% agree with that. Like, I'm just good on some of the, I guess what I would say is more feminine. I'm good on that right now. Right now, we're dealing with inflation. Right now, we're dealing with a financial war. We're dealing with a new way of technological war, of warring and all that stuff too. The war in the mind, the war in your spirituality, meaning your principles, your morals. You have to sell some tail or whatever or get the mark of the beast, as they want to say, to still enter into their jobs or enter into their food establishment places and stuff like that. Like, this is what's coming more next, because you have to remember the narcissist, the Uncle Pedophile Satan. He's upset with us. He's extremely fucking pissed. Y'all know, and let me read this last one. Demons, not aliens, right? It's all angels and demons, but some us been saved. We aren't scared, right? Angels and demons is us. Angels and demons is us. We can anchor these energies as we want to, and we just simply have more people that anchor the energy of the demon than they do the angel. That's their choice, though. That is truly of their choice. I think there was another point that I was trying to make. Hopefully, it comes back. I can't fully remember. Oh yeah. Now I brought it back. Uncle Pedophile Satan. Yeah, he's mad at us. He's mad at us because before all this Internet of Things, he had us in this lostness. You know, he had monopolized religion. He monopolized politics. He monopolized the finances, right? The entertainment industry. Every industry you could think of, he monopolized it. And due to the internet and blockchain and stuff like that, a lot of things have been changing. Meaning, the people how they get information is all these different sources. People are informing other people with their insight and their wisdom and whatnot. So there's all these other channels and all these other outlets, alternatives to be able to get insight, to be able to be more informed, to elevate and whatnot. So Uncle Satan is mad at that. He's 100% tight because he doesn't play fair. It ain't nothing about being fair. That boy is a sore loser, a bad sport. You can win and just know he might still shake your hands and make it seem like, yeah, all right, you won. But just know you just won that day. You just want that day. Just know he coming back. He coming back in a different way to fuck some more shit up. Just always know that we're talking about a bad sport. We ain't talking about like you took the you just took the L and you just move on with life like a regular human being. No, no, you will never be forgiven. Like never. And then so the fact that people are coming out of the sleep, that deep sleep, coming out of that deep spell. He's shutting shit down. He moving faster. He's got to work even harder. Cause you know the devil never sleep, but neither does God, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like two can play that game. I don't play my games. Accountability. I just play my game. You know what I'm saying? But he's working even harder because through all these crises, it's bringing about more submission. Through these crises, it's bringing about more submission. People's credit scores are flunked at this point for the most part, right? The jobs are flunked. The inflation prices and all this stuff is flunked, right? War, we're sending billions out to different countries to instigate these wars. This is all the effort to bring down the American people way faster, accelerate it. This way, they will be brought to the submission and accept what they want next. So you have less time to figure out how to master your time. He's like speeding things up. He's accelerating shit. Because he's not gonna play fair. He don't want people to get from underneath his control. He wants people to still be his bitch. And be in two minds and be in lostness and fight each other and be like, ha, look at these fucking idiots. Because he looks at all of us like scum. Scum of the fucking earth. Scum in which that he just, got voodoo dolls and he does whatever he wants. Go to war. Go fight each other. Go kill each other. See, look what I did there. I just had God's children just go to fight a war and fight a fake ass war. They both died for no fucking reason. They both died for the lie. Because I could just conjure it up like that and have motherfuckers be that. See, God, people stupid. That's what he's trying to say. He's like, God, people stupid. Look at them. I just keep having them do whatever I want over and over again. I have them stressed out. I have them thinking and feeling like they'll never be able to, retire or never have enough money, and they'll never have love, and they'll never God is not even real. Like, yeah, man, yeah. Uncle Pedophile Satan is bitching the fuck out of motherfuckers out here in this world. And due to the weak ass spiritual level in which most people were at, due to lack of information and due diligence and accountability of themselves and stuff like that, like that allowed people to stay on the submission a lot longer, but those days are over. Like people rejecting knowledge and wisdom, like there's a lot more of us we're rebuking the ignorance. Like people was rebuking enlightenment. They were rebuking awakening like jackasses. They were rebuking growing up like jackasses. Like that's stupid. Like that's like you are not even I can't process this as a human being. Like you're not a human being. Human beings will actually do the things that is going to benefit them and give them that satisfaction and give them that sense of purpose and life. What's your thoughts on these drones? Oh, well, the thoughts on these drones. Rome is setting up the new stage. Those drones could definitely be used to get us back inside. I don't see why not. Imagine a whole swarm of drones coming at you with motherfucking artillery weapon. Hell yeah, that should get you back inside. At least that's one way. They can come at us in all kinds of ways. That's why you always got to know. You always want to remember your Bible and your pew-pew. Never ever forget about the pew-pew. Never. At least if you're going to go out blazing. You know what I'm saying? They blazing, you blazing back. But yeah, you can't show Uncle Satan that you got fear. But yeah, those drones, they're gonna be used. They are being used right now. You know, a lot of the American people don't know that we are being watched. We are being watched by our government and other governments, which is still their government, because it's all one sicko game. It's all one deep state sicko game. The wealthiest families, which we probably will never know who they are playing out their sicko game, because they can do this. They can do it. So everything going on is a perfect storm to break that the legacy market and have the American people submit, because they trust the system more than trusting themselves, and the system did that. Especially if you trust the system more than you trust yourself, the system did that, because it's not natural for any mammal to be trusting like other mammals like that. Like, why you don't have bonds and connections with these people, and they don't communicate in ways where you know what this well, when you have your own mind, yeah, you know what decision to make, but they mostly keep people confused, and it always seems like it's two sides, and one's playing villain, one playing hero. Okay, like this shit is crazy out here. Human beings is doing this shit. So I ain't never gotta look up to the moon. And when I say look up to the moon, I'm talking about uh like in let's drop. I'm not coming at. So that's why I want to make sure we're meaning aliens. You don't gotta look up to the moon or look up to the sky for aliens. All you gotta do is look at the television. Look at the industry. That's all aliens. Like, ain't none of us will ever, well, unless you're on the demon time, touching little kids. Bro, that's all alien movements, bro. That's all Uncle Pedophile Satan energy. Excuse me. Which he operates through people that look like us. That's Uncle Satan pedophile energy. That shit is fucked up, bro. You don't have to look to the sky for those aliens. All you gotta do is look at what they're telling you. Look what they're showing you. They're outing themselves. Whoever is telling the story, whatever media outlets is telling the story, as far as mainstream, it's them. It's their own stuff. And being in two minds will have you lost in they BS. Because once again, the rug pull is perfect at this point in these last 4 years of filler scenes, distraction. The election was a distraction. Your financial situation still hasn't been figured out if you're in two minds. Now, if you're in one mind, if you're aware of the world of duality and that distraction show, then you know what you know. These last 4 years, you've been prepping. You've been doing your due diligence because you have to. You're the free one. You got to do something with your freedom. And if you're not doing something with your freedom, then you're not actually free. And you're just waiting for Jesus to just come down and, drop something on your head, or you're waiting for a government who your God is. Once again, they have not passed their audits. They're not passing their audits. They're not following the laws. They allowed immigrants to just come in. I don't care which side it is. It's one fucking government. I don't care about the show of making it seem like it's two sides. All I know is one. All I see is the king. All I see is the monarch. All I see is the I hail Satan. That's all I see. Like, all I see is a theater show. Everybody put on their clothes or whatever, and they go up on the stage. Camera on now. All right, everything good. Or like that Will Ferrell show where they show Will Ferrell being president, running for president, or Chris Rock when they had Chris Rock running for president, whatever. That's all it is. It's just lights, camera, action. When the lights and the camera's on, we putting on the show like we hate each other and we're against each other and It's still one government though. It's still just one government. So this is where me and my one mind and be with God. Like, this is the land of entertainment. Like, this is a joke. Like, I'm an adult. Like, this is playing on my intelligence. Like, this stuff is stupid. That stuff is stupid. Cause none of that is really involved in what really matters, and that's our spirituality and our purchasing power. Our spirituality and our purchasing power is all that matters. Making sure that we can continue to keep paying our bills, enjoying our lives, and all that stuff. The real shit that matters. We can keep putting food in our bellies. We can continue to keep spending time with our family and stuff like that. Like, that's all that matters. Our spirituality and our purchasing power. All the other uh identity, sexual identities, or how you want to be sexually liberated, that's for the birds. They ain't got nothing, that's not masculine at all. They ain't even talking to masculinity at that point. Like, that's all lostness. That's all feeling stuff. That's not that, none of that. Who care? No, bro. Why we even talk about stuff like that in politics? Like, why is that a topic of discussion? The topic of discussion is getting our spirituality right, making sure we got that mental, emotional, physical health, spiritual health, and them finances, that financial health. Nothing else fucking matters. Like, people's priorities out of fucking whack. Like, we've been dumbed down so fucking much that that's what's got to be at the table. That's what's got to be on discussed, and that's the talking points for being president. Are you a fucking jackass? Because that's all I'm getting from that. That's all I'm getting. We are playing the roles of jackass now. It don't get no more stupid than that, bro. All we supposed to be caring about generally for everybody, I don't care what color crayon box or culture you is motherfucking your spirituality and your finances. My boy, my sister, your person's power still good? Alright, good. Because I don't care. I don't want to watch your pockets. You manage that. You watch your pockets. You manage your pockets, and long as your spirituality good, your body healthy, your mind healthy, your emotion healthy, you got good contact with God, and your finances good. That's all that matters. What anybody else want to do behind closed doors, that shit need to remain behind closed doors. Matter of fact, keep that on a smaller issues. Keep that with the state. Don't make that a more global thing. That don't make no sense. Because all that matters for every single individual, right, is their spirituality and their purchasing power. Because once your purchasing power off, you gonna be off. Once you off, your purchase power gonna be off. So these are the only fucking two things that matters. Fuck everything else. They ain't got all the extra specific stuff like that. That's agenda based. That's specific groups of people. Like, we ain't supposed to even go in that deep into other people's business and way of life. Y'all want to do that shit? Do that by yourselves. Don't put that front center stage. Them stranger weirdo stuff is supposed to be behind the scenes. What's supposed to be in front of center stage for grown people is we talking about making sure our education good. We know about this wealth mindset, right? We good with God, and our finances is good. We praise God real good when our finance good, real good. That's the only two things that matter. Cause all that other stuff is personal. What she want to personally, or he want to personally do with their body and do with their mushroom tip or kitty cat, that's personal. They ain't got nothing to do with anybody besides your own shit. How you want to use your freedom. But freedom is being sacrificed, right? When motherfuckers are spiritually weak and motherfuckers is financially handicapped, lacking financial intelligence. So talking about all that personal shit, we still fucking up freedom, and we're not really talking about the main issue, and that's freedom. And people losing freedom when they're working for currencies that's giving you a less purchasing power over time. And there's no way off the hamster wheel unless you are diving into gold, silver, Bitcoin, land, assets, business, corporation. If you're not operating in any of those bullet points that I just mentioned, you're not getting off the hamster wheel. You're not. And especially for the millennials and Gen Z that we are going to be buying houses. We're going to be buying houses. We're just taking a shortcut. We're taking the cheat code. Now I hold faith that you're about taking the cheat code in this godly human GTA game, because God paved the way. And the ways the people's money. The way is a system where not one person can just fully control it, like the infinity bill and the centralized system. There's a way. God created a way. I just hope faith you gonna tune in. You gonna listen in, because you got to figure out before 2025 and the rest of this year. Your end of the year goal should definitely be figuring out which side you on. Because you shouldn't be shocked when motherfuckers start shape-shifting more. That's what 2020 was too. 2020 was putting people on the right spectrums, the right side in which they need to be on. And you're going to see even who's really more in your corner and who really has principles, ethics, and all that stuff when more crisis comes down and brings the American people more to their knees. Because what did they do the last 4 years for the majority? I know those of us that are of the minority, I know we've been prepping. I know we still prepping. I know we still doing our due diligence and still trying to help people at the same time. Because every day is a day to get things more situated. Because there's a lot of things that need to be situated. Because the devil is moving fast. And that printing press, it ain't gonna slow down. It ain't gonna slow down. And when you know it ain't gonna slow down, you can't outwork money. Your 8 to 12 hours, you can't outwork money. So that's why it's very important that you know where you can put your money so your money can work for you too. As you are working for devalued currency, it's very important that you're taking action. You're open up that you open up that opportunity, and you put it on your balance sheet so you're not missing out. Blockchain makes sure that you're not missing out, for as the new money comes in, all your other digital assets, they're going to go up and increase your purchasing power. Let me see Detroit's message. It used to be believable, but the veil had to be lifted. We can see through all this bullshit. Exactly. It was believable because Uncle Pedophile Satan, he had a lock on the education. People didn't care for really reading like that. That was a minority thing. Like educating your mind, that's a minority thing. That's not a majority thing. People just typically just do what everybody else is doing, like a mime. So he had a monopoly on the education. He had a monopoly on how people think. Not everybody, but the majority. Because once again, as long as you're a capitalist owner investor, you will never fail. I don't care what timeline, what generation. If we go back to the past, if we're here right now, if we go to the future, you're gonna always win. So the information was concentrated. Like, you do know kings, queens, emperors, they get insight, they get access to information and ways of leadership and whatnot, and they're trained from their little. They're trained from their little into adulthood of how to be this way. They're molded, right? And you got people at the peasant dynamic talking about king, queen, but bitch, you was programmed and conditioned to be a peasant. Unless you've been doing the work yourself, then okay, cool. You could earn the title of king, queen, but most people don't put in that work. Most people don't do what it takes to unlock a better version of yourself and experience different than what you experienced before. Most people are weak. So we got all these weak people out here making it seem like, and then you thinking moving like a king or a queen, that means monkey hopping and branch hopping and all this stuff. Like, it's weird. No, I mean, I'm sure there are kings and queens of that likeness. There's no doubt about it, right? But that is not how we truly want to operate. If we want to maintain and sustain a kingdom, you got to run good business if you want to keep a kingdom. The Hobbit showed you, the king, the Lord of the Rings showed you. When shit ain't right, ain't nothing right. Ain't nothing right. Look what happened when that king wasn't right. That whole kingdom was all fucked up. You had that weirdo. You could see it. You could see it, bro. He was like, yo, this man's a op right by his side speaking for him, and the king is just like. He said, "Yeah, you guys need to leave right now." I ain't hear that. Y'all heard that? But yeah, you gotta run good business. Like the what the dwarfs, like the dwarf king, he showed us, bro. When you're a vanity slave, like when you don't know how to control your lust, your temptation, and you giving into the what's it called? Dragon fever. I think that's what they called it or something like that. Shit, I might have to watch some Lord of the Rings tonight. But yeah, that dragon fever, whatever we called it. You get that symptom. Yeah, that's a good thing that we watched that and saw that. Like that's what happens when you're a jackass. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't want to be like him. You don't want to be like him. 5 minutes later, the man back in his gold spot. He back in a gold spot. Talk about they're trying to steal it. They're trying to steal my gold. Yeah, man. You don't want to be like that, brother. You don't want to be like that, brother. Being emotional and having all being in two minds and thinking, you looking over your back, you looking over your shoulder, people trying to steal from you. Meanwhile, people fuck with you and shit like that. You talking about your boys that joined this whole voyage to come back home and shit. And your ass is acting like a little bitch. Yeah, man. See, we gotta learn from shit like this. We gotta learn. We gotta learn. All that emotion and all that lust over I don't even know what the word I want to use, but just too much attachment to material. It turn you out like that, make you stupid like that, and nobody want to fuck with you now. Slide down from the Jaguar right to the real station. Over day went from praising Jesus to Trump. LOL, she'll be alright. I ain't gonna lie, Ash Lewis, that sounded like some kind of code stuff that I gotta like try to process what you just saying, my boy. Like I don't know if you was just talking in some slang and I just don't process the slang. Hey, I slid down from Jaguar right as the real station. Ho over there went from praising Jesus to Trump. LOL, she be alright. See, I didn't even know we was talking about a chick either. I'm a country girl. Oh shit. Damn, son, I be fucking up with these names. I ain't gonna lie, Ash. I thought, didn't we have this discussion already? My bad. If we did have this discussion, man, my bad. All right, shout out to my country girls. I like me country girls. I do. I was like, didn't we have this conversation already? All right. I gotta tighten up. I gotta tighten up on that. I gotta tighten up because I do be bigging you up a whole bunch too. So I gotta tighten up on that. I really do. Shout out to my country girls. Shout out to my country girls. Yeah. I like my country girls. I do. All right. We good. Expect more lockdowns with Trump. Expect more inflation because the story's setting up right now. The stage is being set up right now where it's I believe port strikes coming back, right? More distractions for the bigger agendas, right? Port strike, right? Trump tariff, right? These are the stories. The stories control our reality now. The narration controls our reality. So more inflation, and then what was the other one? I think there's damn, I can't remember there's a third one. Oh, governmental lockdowns. The whole, I don't know how we went a whole year. How we went a whole year and the year before, almost every fucking couple months or so, or almost all the time in the news, government closing down, government closing down, government closing down. How the hell did we go a whole year barely hearing about the government closing down? And now in 2025, it's coming back, government closing down. You see how good that political distraction was? You see how good the Drake and Kendrick thing was? You know what I'm saying? Like the the Diddler thing was. Like they know what is it they're doing, and it's really cool to be able to get this insight and see like, damn, son, like this is how you operate as the land of entertainment. Like that's crazy. Oh, don't start that, DJ. Where you been? Shit, been grind. I've been grinding my whole life, nigga. Know what I'm talking about? I got that from there's a Childish Gambino freestyle. You know when he hit the scene, and in the freestyle he went along line saying something like that. Oh yeah, yeah. We got good. Ash, we got use for the government. We got use for the government, meaning making sure the bad people go in jail. Making sure you know to keep the shady shit subside to the degree. Making sure our roads, like they really need to make sure our roads are better. They need to make sure our railroads, cause China looking real. Their architecture and their innovation looking real good. I think we could do better though. I think we are better. I know we are better because we're the free world. We're not a commie world, right? So we got to stop moving like we commie citizens out here. So, but I definitely believe that yeah, the government should a smaller because as we know through Hitler and whatnot, the bigger a government is, the more that they want to do tyranny on the citizens, right? So we gotta learn that from what that Germany. We gotta learn that from Germany and understand here, like we don't ever want a government to get too big without our gators on the government neck. Like if a government gotta get big, our bite gotta get bigger. That's just it. That's just it. The government just gotta know we got our gators on you. Like we know we are like we just gotta be on 10. We gotta be more conscious. Like we gotta be those elders that want to know where the money going, right? Because we know a lot of educated idiots run office, right? So all these educated idiots, we wanna see where the money at, cause some of us that's not as educated as you, smarter than you, in my opinion. So we smart enough to know that we need to see these balance sheets, cause we move in like we living in a world now where it's just like we don't care about our communities no more. We don't care about how America look no more. That's some third world shit. If you don't care about how America look no more, that's some third world shit. Cause you go to a third world country and you're like, damn son, why I look like this? Cause the people's spiritual power low and they purchasing power low. So who you think gonna take care of the community? Especially because I don't know what I don't know one government that's not crooked, bro. I don't know one government in the history of governments is a long history too. It's a long history. You gotta remember the government is the church and shit too. Like that motherfuckers was killing motherfuckers in the name of Christ. Like this is their history. This is their governmental stuff. Like this, they the one letting us know. And giving us and force feeding us their whitewash history. I mean their history. So how the fuck can I ever trust any of that shit? Like we talking about Knights and Templars and whatnot going around killing motherfuckers in the name of Christ. You ain't never gonna get me, man, knowing his story. How am I gonna fall for the okie doke and his story? His story. He telling me his story. He be letting me know, and he be letting me know who he is and whatnot. How motherfucker be operating out here, and you expect me to trust the motherfucker after knowing his story is just of lies, deceit, all the weirdo stuff, all the wackadoo stuff. It all goes down like clockwork. If you really peep the patterns, you can almost predict what they're about to do. Absolutely, and this is where I said we the people have to be smarter than the system. And my way of communication is helping you help yourself to see more of that, because you do need to be able to see, because awareness, once again, that's what seeing is. Awareness is your offense and defense. So if you know they ain't keeping no money in the reserve, they want the banks to fail, like, what side are you gonna be on? Are you gonna be on the devil's side and experience all that trauma, all that distortion, all that? Oh man, I could have done something better. Or you can actually take the knowledge and wisdom in which God has given you, right, and make sure everything is safe. So let's say if banks was to never fail, right? Let's say it don't fail. At least you were still safe and in the clear. And if it do fail, you were still safe and in the clear, because you updated with the times of crisis, and got the new ways of programming and new ways that you should be going about life, how you should be pivoting now. You know what direction you should be pivoting. That's what your awareness does. That's what happens when you have a one mind, because you're not playing two sides. I'm playing God's side, so I get the wisdom and I use the wisdom. And to me personally, ain't nothing wrong with being caught a little cautious, keeping out the banks just in case, just in case, just in case. I don't even know the rest of them words. I haven't heard songs like that in a while, but just in case. But yeah. Just in case. Because once again, we're in the greatest financial capital in the world, so it's not like I'm not in the most liquid. It's not like I'm not in the most liquid economy. I am. I'm in the most liquid economy. So when it concerns going from my bank to Coinbase and using Visa and all that stuff, that's a 1, 2, 3. You know. And I know a lot of our older generation. I know a lot of them make it seem like the grid is gonna go somewhere. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere, y'all. I'm the eye of the storm. I don't participate with the lies and the bullshit. Once again, they be telling us they plans. It's not like they don't want the world of robots, algorithms, and drones. If you want the world of robots, algorithms, and drones, you need the Internet of Things. You need a grid. You need the grid. You know, blockchain, renew all the renewable energies and electric cars. They're all going. It all plays into the fourth industrial reality, y'all. I know there's a show like, cause it's. I know there's a show like the government doesn't want blockchain, but of course they do. They just also want to make sure that they have control, like they've had control in the third industrial reality. They want to just make sure they still have control over a good amount of the collective body here in America and around the world. That's just really what it is. But all this technology is theirs. You have to always keep this in mind. These are not our families giving us the phone, giving us the education, giving us the financial tools. These are not our families. Blockchain, these are things that they give to us. Unless your families are the one in behind closed doors doing these things, proud of your family dynamic. But in most cases, these things are being presented to us. And it's being presented to us for us to use it. And based on the user could either use it in a good way or a bad way. But us having phones, tablets, TVs, iPads, iPods, this was all for us to move us to the fourth. This is all for the fourth. The internet and stuff, this was all planned. And that's why I give y'all content and stuff like that to let y'all know, bro. They've been like doing this over 50 years. Like Barry White in the 80s was letting people know. Because he clearly had insight and he was in rooms with people with these types of discussions and paying attention to what's going on in the environment. So everything going on right now is not no shock. 2020 happened and they've been rolling out all this AI talk. AI, we've been testing AI in this way, AI assistants, chat GPT. All this stuff is planned. This is all a part of the plan. This is all part of the plan. And the devil be peeping, especially through this election, how lost the people are. How lost the people are. Choosing Trump shows that the people ain't as lost yet, but putting all their bet and bags into Trump being a hero, that makes you lost. That is not what you're supposed to do. But and that's another part of the why they have him there too, is to keep people lost, keep people in those two minds, and keep people thinking that the hero is somehow outside of you. No, the hero is within you. The hero is you. You're the hero. You make money regardless of. Excuse me. You make money regardless of who the president is. Due to your ability to see what's going on in the environment and taking advantage of it and knowing how to pivot, leveraging profit. That's what intelligent people do. You do these things. This is because of you. China has been benefiting off of our business relationship for decades, and we have too. But they're surpassing us. It's time for Big America to be back on top. Yeah. And like everything is working. Every like that's why the dollar's not gonna go anywhere. BRICS nations is not trying to destroy the dollar. They're just trying to separate a blow from the dollar, right? Like that's the same thing with American people and all businesses and stuff like that. All we're simply doing is making sure that we have a diverse portfolio. Like it's not, you don't want to simply be hoarding dollars. That's just really what it's come down to, right? And for people to think that BRICS is trying to get away from the dollar, that's just all the FUD, right? In the crypto terminology, FUD is just like noise. It's just Twitter. It's fake news, and that's just really what that is. Like, and you got to realize that all these feeling people and all these people putting out these types of narratives and stories, they don't know anything about finances. And y'all got to realize that these governments know more about finances than majority of the people of the world. So all that stuff is feeling based. Like we all need each other in this intertwined debt based game. And there are debts that are owed to each and every nation. So, everybody in cahoots. And I've been telling you that. Everyone is in cahoots because all governments and their central banks have their CBDCs. They all have their CBDCs. World Economic Forum let us know. The EU let us know. They have their, all this stuff is on the internet, guys. So we know. And they put it out there like we're not watching. But yes, China is surpassing us in a way, but they are going through their own natural cantillon effect as well. Meaning they've been manufacturing and diving into luxuries for a period of time where things are starting to become more expensive in those areas, and they will have to start to move their manufacturing plants into other countries where they will accept a lesser way of life and lesser wages and all that stuff. They will have to be doing that too. Because when most people who are not financially intelligent acquires money, they normally dive into luxuries, as uneducated economists would say. I would definitely tell y'all to tune into him too. Because for a man that did not go to school for finances, I tell you, he knows it. He knows it more than the experts that did. In my opinion, of course, that's my opinion. All right, I got real good discernment. Before, once upon a time, trust me, it wasn't as good as it is now, but my shit is on point. And the only reason why it's this good now because I made some failures. I made some mistakes. That's the reason why it's as good as it is now. I've made some mistakes, and those mistakes taught me how to be more great. All right. Yeah, so not to depend on other nations to develop our full potency as one. Yeah, America especially should never ever be really depending on any nation. Look how big this fucking nation is. We got 50 states, or if you want to count Canada, Mexico, I look at them as states. I look at Puerto Rico, that's 51, Canada 52, Mexico 53. You know what I mean? Like we got so much land to grow and 4 seasons. Like you can literally drive for 12 hours and go through like 4 seasons, bro. You know what I mean? So we can 100% situate wind energy, like solar energy. Like we have plenty of, like we got a lot of California that's just and that part of the West Coast that's just fucking desert. Why the fuck we can't set up some power plants there? Some solar plants and whatnot. And these are government incentives and tax write-offs. So as president, we the people. We always trying to move ourselves move in that direction where we those December 16, 1773 Americans. We paying less taxes legally. As little as we need to pay, we want to pay legally because the money is always better in the entrepreneurial hands because the entrepreneur is going to serve the people. The entrepreneur is going to serve the people. We know through government and history and the last 4 years, right? And then the next 4 years, you can't trust government. They can't pass their own fucking audits. And if we go to jail, we what you call it, lying and doing fictitious shit and whatnot. We go to jail though. We go to jail. But their asses don't get thrown in jail. Like all the weirdo the Hollywood show. Look how long they've been doing pedo weirdo stuff. Like, are you think all of them going to jail? No, like them outing about this stuff now. Like, why now? I mean, I know it's because of the fourth industrial reality, but I'm just trying to reason with you and help make some more sense. Where it's just like, yo, these things should have been nipped in the butt after those types of moments happen. Like, bringing it out now is kind of stupid. And what kind of justice is really being served? Like, it's kind of late for that justice. Or is it right on time for the fourth industrial revolution and keeping the American people less focused on their spirituality and their finances and more focused on lostness and minding somebody else's business instead of minding your own business? And that's why a lot of people sowing and reaping is imbalanced because you're too focused on other people's business than your own. That's just really what it is. And you got to give credit to some of those organizations, where people will know more about the sport team, the stats, everything that's going on than they own fucking business, bro. Your business ain't even scaling, but you know about that business that's scaling. And if I was a person like that knows so much about somebody else's business, I would be benefiting off of that energy. I'll create a sports channel because all I want to do is talk about sports, right? And put some money in my motherfucking pocket. Because they put in money in their pocket. If I love the sport so much and I should also learn, like, they put money in their pocket. They're about profits. They're in the entertainment business, and they're entertaining, and they put and through all that entertainment, giving profits. So I need to be in the profit business too, not just knowing what each and every player and their history and their stats is. So this is the capitalist's mindset. Are you for it? The fourth industrialization of our economy? Ash? Yes. Yes. People need to go to their rooms. People need to unwind. And unfortunately, a lot of people that when they do get into space, it's kind of already late. It's kind of late because you're getting forced. So you're going to be behind. Like, you're not going to be early like everybody else that kind of did a lot of the spiritual work and shifted their mind and stuff like that. But the reset is needed. The reset is definitely needed. But in this reset, just know wealth is coming in our pockets. It ain't gonna be in their pockets, cause they rebuked it. They rebuked the knowledge and wisdom and accepted the tyranny again. That's on them. Because you got to remember, some people, some human beings, their habits, it take a while for it to die because they got excuses like that. So they're gonna rebuke the knowledge and wisdom and accept more the tyranny and the poverty and having less liberties and stuff like that. But I definitely believe the reset is necessary so that people realize from their own failures. Like if you're not failing and learning from your failures, like are you really growing? Are you really improving? And that's the kind of world in which that we're in. Like we just keep breeding evil, and people are not learning from their own consequences. They're not learning from their choices. You know, there's too many other evil people out here that'll save your sickness, save your sickness and be sick with you. Like it's kind of messed up out here. Like I know that's going on with baby mama number one, not narcissistic shit. Like it's real fucked up. It's real fucked up. Like if that was happening to my son, like we would have even more problems. You know, we wouldn't be moving this way. I would have issues for a while. Little, like they're little, and I'm older, and they're younger than me, so they're little kids, and there's a lot of just demonic play here. Things are not really fair here, and get it back to a fairness because there's a child involved, and if you wanted to be a baby and a child, you don't have children. It's just that simple. So the fourth industrial is necessary. We got dudes that are chicks that are dudes. We got this whole world of transhumanism. We got people that think that they're this and they're that. Yes, the world of robots, algorithms, and drones definitely need to take over. It's just that when they do, most people wouldn't have pivoted in the right direction. They would have pivoted in the wrong direction, where they're still under the submission of government tyranny, meaning the digital infinity bill, or freedom, whatever they're gonna call the UBI programs. And as we already know, right, all these UBI programs is taking place in about 26 states here in America. That's what they're doing with government. That's what they're doing with taxpayer money right now. I mean, one of the many things. And that's why, once again, with what I just said, it is way better to be close to the source of money creation than to be the furthest away from the source of money creation. Because to be that close to the source of money creation, bro, sis, and you could just print money to, yeah, let me do a test. Yeah, this is for government test research purposes. This is just trial. We want to see if this works. We want to see if we give $3,000 a month while they working and stuff like that. We want to see how this helps to have the average individual and what they do with that money. Something like taxpayer money is better off in our hands. The government be showing us they be doing some shady shit with it. And then we got generational Section 8 babies. All we doing is breeding evil. A reset is definitely necessary because people been going nowhere fast. Going nowhere fast. And this technology will 100% help people get that freedom and feel and know that value in which that they truly are. What I love about blockchain and Bitcoin more than I love about the Infinity Bill is that Bitcoin has most people learn about finances, learn about money and stuff like that, learn the history. Infinity Bill didn't really have people really educating themselves and bettering the relationship with money. Excuse me. The spell on that money had people already thinking that they knew what the fuck the money was. Like it just had people already thinking that they knew what the relationship. It just had people assuming that they knew what money was. Like Bitcoin, it actually has you putting in the effort to know what the difference between what a fixed asset is versus an infinity asset. An asset that can be printed into infinity whenever we want. And we're seeing it, guys. So you know I'm not making this stuff up. Ukraine need more money? We'll send it. Africa need more money? We'll send it. The Middle East need more money? We'll send it. Thailand need more money? We'll send it. And guess what? As they are doing this, right? We're seeing right in front of our face that we're losing. That's the most amazing part about all of this. So we definitely need a reset because the money's going out, which is hurting us. And the result of aiding these other countries is that we take a loss. We catch another L, another big ass fat loser on our fucking forehead. That's what it seemed like. We caught a L with that war, that instigation war, and then we catch an L by that we got to pay that shit back. Who got to pay it back? What are we talking about right now? Like, what is really going on? Like, but that's what's taking place, and it just is what it is. That infinity bill spell. I don't know if I fuck with it, fams. I don't know if I fuck with it because it has things going on in real life. In real life, and you're seeing your government destroy your future. And most people still quiet. They still think like you live in a normal America. You still think everything gonna be all right when you're not doing nothing. Like it's a real fucked up world in which that we in. Because we're catching L's. That is it Singapore? Singapore, Thailand, whatever the Asian one is, because I'm already past all this war stuff. I've been putting out this information like 2 years ago, so I don't even really care about talking about it so much anymore. But whatever the chip one is with the Asian country, what China want, whichever one China want, we're gonna lose that one too. We're gonna fund it, we're gonna lose it, and the millennial future fucked up, the Gen Z future fucked up, generational alpha fucked up, and don't forget about baby boomers and Gen X future fucked up. And a lot of baby boomers future, especially in those 401k plans and whatnot, um, it only works if people keep paying their bills. Let me repeat, because it's a dead economy. That system of retirement and them 401ks and whatnot only work if people keep paying their bills, paying back them debts, because ain't no way that money just sitting there for people retirement. Money don't be no. When you have a great relationship with money, money don't just sit there. We're in a debt-based economy. Ain't no point of money just sitting in a bank or sitting in a fund or whatever. It's losing value, like, quickly. So just know, a lot of people's retirement money was used to be capitalized on. And this what happens when you don't have gators on motherfucking people's neck. When you're just a hush generation. Shh. Shh. Uncle Pedophile Satan taking care of us. Shh. When you the hush community, that hush generation, you breed nothing but fucking evil. Open your mouth. Closed mouth never get fed. If you want things to change, you gotta stand for that change. You can't just talk about it. You gotta be about it. Or else ain't no change coming our way. You best believe that. You think if I let my nuts hang and separate myself from them old ass family dynamics, you think any change would have happened? Oh hell no, no change would have happened. I would have continued to keep breeding that fucking evil. Cause I'm part of it. If you don't change, nothing changes. If you don't change your way of seeing money, your relationship with this world and stuff like that, nothing changes. People's life that you see that is changing, that's because they're changing. That's the only reason why. That's one of the biggest reasons why their life is changing on there, and they're on the up and up. And you're seeing people going from rags to riches and catching wealth and opportunities you're not. Because they're willing to change. I gave y'all the example when somebody is trying to drown you. How bad you want life. What are you willing to do? And I ain't talking about no satanic way. Are you willing to put in a little bit more hours than the average Joe or Jane? Because that's the only way you're gonna get more. Because it's a survival game, bro. This is unfortunately this is how the game is, and that's how the animal kingdom is. So, the survival of the fittest is the strongest. So how bad you want it? Because some people might want to sleep more bad than they want to be free. And that's how it be more cases. I rather I rather experience I rather experience my dreams in a dream only. I don't want to self actualize these things, because if you want to self actualize things, haste makes waste. You stay motivated. You go and get it. You put in more time in, time out than the average Joe or Jane. That's the only way you're gonna get what you've been sowing. You gotta reap some shit, and you gotta reap some shit that's actually beneficial for you and others. Because why live in this bubble where you're only trying to benefit yourself, like as if you live in the world by yourself? And with the fourth industrial reality too, it has to happen because people have to learn this lesson. People have to learn, like, yo, you should have been on top of your shit. Like you should have been on top of the government. You should have been on top of yourself. You should have been on top of your family. You shouldn't have been playing around with your sexual identity as if there's more than male and female. Like these a lot of what's going on. There's a lot of character development here, and we should realize our shit stink and do something about it, because we got to this reality where we got robots, algorithms, drones, and all that stuff. We got here from failing to acknowledge shit, from failing to take full blown accountability responsibility for generations. Rome wasn't built overnight. This fourth industrial reality and this economy, it wasn't built overnight. It was, it was a nice slow boil. So we didn't get to this space of hundreds of trillions of dollars overnight. No, it happened over a duration of time. And we should be learning from this. How very important it is to be an American citizen that is conscious and is not choosing to stay asleep to what's going on right in front of you. That's creep. That's creepy. It's strange. It is okay to speak your truth and say when something is weird. And if anybody gets offended, that's what they're doing with their freedom. They're a jackass. I don't know why with your freedom, you so soft. You just easily offended with freedom. Oh, somebody's words hurt me. Arrest him. Somebody's words hurt me. I'm gonna complain, and like you're a jackass. Like you're like Uncle Saint's child trying to you're trying to control how somebody else how somebody else want to use their speech and whatnot, as if y'all like that tight. Y'all like it's just a whole bunch of this narcissistic stuff. It's a whole bunch of just mind game play, and nobody got time for no mind game play. None. No adults have time to play mind games. Your child is a different story, but an adult child, why the fuck we playing mind games with an adult child? Like you gotta look at that person and help them register that you're not a child anymore. You're not a child anymore. So why are you playing games in adult form? Will you miss out on being a kid? Why don't you have some kids then? Why don't you go play with the kids? Go help the kids. YMCA, Big Brother program, Big Sister programs. But if you're gonna deal with an adult, actually conduct yourself as one. Why you playing mind games with each other like y'all children? Like y'all still confused or something? Like y'all don't know what y'all want out of life? You don't know these things? Appreciate you, Paul Revere, for appreciate you, Trump just reeling motherfuckers in. Trump is definitely yeah. I see it all one energy. I see all the energy demonic. Appreciate you, Paul Revere, for dropping that Instagram link, guys. I mean, not Instagram link, the Lofty link, guys. Check out that Lofty link when y'all ready to have cash flow in y'all pockets. It's very important that you cash flowing yourself. It's very important that you know how to master your time and put money in your own pocket, especially before we go through more crises of getting back in the house. It's very important that you know these things. Like when you're back in the house, will you know how to pivot? Will you know how to make moves? Right? Will you know how to use the Internet of Things to continue to because we still have an economy. It's not like when 2020 happened, the economy stopped. Not to a full grinding halt. Like the technological companies were still prospering and they were still making a whole bunch of money. Will you be a part of that part? Will you be a part of that? Like your business, your way of making money shouldn't stop because you lost your job. Those days are over for you to think that money should stop coming in just because you lost a job. Those days are over. You can't make those excuses anymore. There's just way too much tech. There's too much tech. There's too much mentors, entrepreneurs servicing y'all, letting y'all know these things. So you're just copping out and still making your own excuses. If money's still not coming in, when they create a crisis for people to stop working or whatever, right? Will will your money still? I kind of confused myself. Will your money still keep coming in after that? After a stupid crisis, a lie, a national emergency for martial law, will you still have money coming in? Because if you don't, and you knew that you could, what stopped you? What was in your way? What stopped you from, with your freedom, to make sure that you're good regardless of whatever is to happen, what happened in this world? You're still good. And that you'll be able to get through whatever gay suppression is going to be taking place. You're going to be able to get through it. But in a prepared way, in a ready way, stay ready way, versus those who chose to pretend like they didn't have access to the information to get this insight. Anyone that makes it seem like they can't make money regardless if they have a job or not is an idiot at this point. Because while they had a job, what made you think that you couldn't employ assets? You couldn't employ, your first source of employment is your assets, your wealth driving vehicles. What made you think that you couldn't make money while you're working at a job? Meanwhile, you know people of this world, this exists and this is taking place. But for whatever reason, you fail to want to scale your own individual business and your family dynamics and stuff like that, by rejecting knowledge and wisdom of reason of what's actually good for you, and put more profits in your pocket. And y'all do know the only way of really knowing how to truly invest is by investing, right? Y'all do know the true way of learning how to invest is by investing, taking calculated risk and learning from your trials and trials and error. The difference between the socialist and the capitalist is that the socialist is conditioned and taught that making mistakes is a bad thing. The capitalist, we honor our mistakes. We don't welcome it, but if it's to happen, it is welcomed. And so therefore, we know now how not to make that mistake. And we've learned, and now we're earning even more. Because once you have learned in entrepreneurship, you've had that experience of dealing with the wrong business people, you will never do it. You will never do that again. And so you're just gonna keep scaling. You know, that was a little character development bump in your road. Once you've gotten what you needed out of that bump in the road, you're gonna forever scale. You will always have the right characters at your table, and you will never have a wolf in sheep clothing in that could ever come in like that ever again in your life. Like when you're in one mind, you make direct decisions. When you're in one mind, you don't wait around for people. Early bird gets the worm. What is there for me to be waiting around for? I'm waiting for other people to catch on? No. When they catch on is when they catch on. It's about time. You was kind of slow. You was kind of late. It's like waiting for your elders to catch on to the fact that they're gonna be using Facebook in a couple years. That they're gonna be doing the same thing that we did on Facebook. They're gonna be doing it soon too. You think I waited for my elders to catch on? Hell nah. I be looking at them like, damn, y'all doing what we used to do. We used to be on the internet just writing a whole bunch of feelings and writing about what we doing next, and posting pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what we used to do. Especially those of us millennials that grew up born in the early 90s and stuff like that. That's what we used to do in the early 2000s. We don't do shit like that no more. At least not those of us that are actual leaders. Like the bots maybe of the millennial generation, they still do dumb shit like, not that it's dumb, but like the internet is for business, networking, organize, like making some money. I'm like, if you're gonna use a fake world, let's use this fake world, make some money. We playing a game, right? Let's not use the fake world to get more fake. No, use the fake world to make you more fake money, and speed that up. Put it on this acceleration or whatever, and then we use that money to do what we need to do within our 3D reality. Like, ain't nobody trying to get more lost in this shit, as if it's not already lostness. And like I said, we're that generation that grew up in them early 2000s and whatnot with Facebook, and we was on Facebook just not doing shit, not really making money until we started to mature and evolve and realize, like, okay, internet money is real. And then boom, we started maneuvering more so in that and scaling in that way of internet money, and you've seen other elders of the generation do that, and others are still in the lostness phase. They're still in the lostness phase of using the internet for lack of organization, lack of scaling. Like, this is a business tool in which that y'all have access to, and you should be using it to scale. Like, we could all, and that's why we got to get our. I'm helping y'all to I'm helping y'all to help yourself get y'all mind right. Because once y'all mind right, I'm telling y'all, once we in one mind together, we can scale effectively. You will then realize how easy. Like, you're the reason why making money has ever been so hard. You know when that stage fright or those anxiety that come in when it's your first time doing something, like let's say like swimming in the pool, whatever. You got a little fear and whatnot. Yeah, I get that. I get that you will get that when it concerns this money, right? But once you actually start taking the risks and actually experiencing the right things from it, right? You're gonna be like, oh damn, son, I've been a bitch ass nigga all this time. Bitch ass nigga all this time. It's that full circle when you realize it was nothing for me to ever be afraid of. And all I had to do is learn, and then I motherfucking earn. Cause I taught myself how to swim. Like, I'm that generation that we taught ourselves a lot of things. My brothers and sisters went to swim school. I used to see a lot of suburban kids, because a lot of pool parties and whatnot back then. Like, I can't be this black nigga around all these white people can't swim now. Can't do that. You know what I mean? So all the advantages and whatnot, I had to swim. I took advantage of the swimming. Yeah, man, them little kids being bold and brave in the water, treading water and shit, because they went to them schools, and that's good. I fuck with that. But me personally, nah, son, I taught myself. And I could have asked my father to have done that. I could have done that. But the masculinity in me wanted to do it myself. And I saw them being bold and brave in the water. I'm talking about 3, 4 years old swimming. 3, 4 years old, just hitting breast, doing all kinds of shit, and like looking like a little like a little fish in the water. So I'm like, shit, I gotta boss up. And that's how I bossed up. Little children literally inspired me. Even my own brother that was younger than me by 3.5 years. He went to some swimming school too. That boy swimming, enjoying it. My cousin, I seen her do the same shit. I'm just like, yo, I gotta tighten up. I gotta tighten up. So every summer and every opportunity I get, I got to be in the water and start treading and shit. And yeah, man, I taught myself. I taught myself. And we did go to a lot of water parks and stuff like that too. So I had to, you can't be in a wave pool and go deep in the wave pool and not know how to swim, bro. You're gonna be swallowing a whole bunch of dusty water, dirty ass water. So yeah. Bro had to learn how to swim. Okay. I couldn't look like a bitch around all the younger kids. I couldn't do that. Shout out to All White Room. China got the car manufacturing in Mexico, I think. Yeah. See, What I'm glad you brought that out. White room. Thank you. What all that is, what we're seeing in real time is transfer of wealth. So we're seeing how through the storytelling and the narrations, this is how they transfer the wealth. With Trump saying, "Oh, tariff, 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 tariff," that goes over there to China, storytelling. That go to China and be like, "Oh, well, I got to pivot. We're gonna get tariffed. So let me put some stuff in Mexico. Let me put some stuff in America to avoid the tariff." Wealth transfer. So the distraction is the storytelling, and as the storytelling is going on, money being moved in the back door. Money going from China to America, money going from China to Mexico, or China to Africa, or in this wealth transfer of these instigation wars, money going from here to Ukraine, money going from here to Middle East, wealth transfer, and it's right in front of our face while they telling us all these stories of distraction. Got you here, blah 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 blah. All this bullshit, baby. And then this hand over there moving the money. Tariff. Okay, so we got to go from China to Mexico now. Wealth transfer. We're seeing how wealth is being transferred and moved to these different places, strategic places for a reason. Right in front of our face. While they tell stories of fucking lies. That's what they're doing. They telling scripts. Steve Mnuchin like you wrote like some movie, like a movie. Like they got so good with the whole movie shit. They put the movie in real life. Like we're experiencing real life scripts, real life story play. Like the people that have these scripts that are giving the scripts to the puppets and whatnot. I gotta give them credit. Cause they scripts so good. People can't even see that there's a wealth transfer. They more focused on the fact that there's a tariff. And that China's just gonna move. They got to do something about that or whatever. They're not focused on the fact that okay, billions of dollars was just moved from this location to the next location. When we're helping out Ukraine or whatever, people are not focused on all the billions truly that's over there. Nah, they focused on helping to win the war and helping Ukraine and we're partners but the wealth was transferred. And wealth was transferred from Americans. Wealth is being transferred from Americans. And I know the tariff is coming into light like America's cracking down on stuff and whatnot, but that's gonna hurt the Americans still. The average Americans. Excuse me, to make sure we keep it real clear. One second. Make sure that we're real clear. It's the concentrated Americans. They already know about assets, businesses, corporations, gold, silver, Bitcoin, land. The average Joe or Jane have not really accumulated those things, and if they did, do they have enough in reserve as well to have enough in reserve, and are they protecting their reserve outside of these banks and whatnot? So just in case of anything to happen, because they want crisis, because they use it as an excuse to roll in whatever they want to bring in. Like if we didn't have the crisis that took place in 2020, they would have never been able to roll out the simulation of giving you free money and giving all their friends free money and having to drop rates and stuff like that, because with a crisis, the Feds is reactionary, so they will cut rates. Not that they want to. Not that they should. But there's a crisis. There's an impact. There's an emergency. Just like the last time. And within an emergency, oh yeah, we got to cut rates. We got to print money. We got to help the people. This is all theater. Uncle Pedophile Satan always comes into this light like he cares. And Uncle don't care. Shout out to John. Shout out to John. By the way, too. I see that you I see that you're still a member and whatnot, man. So I just wanted to shout you out, just so you know that, bro. I appreciate you, and because I don't be seeing you right on here too much and whatnot, but I appreciate you. I see you. I just realized that when I was in the YouTube studios and whatnot. So yeah, man, I see you, man. I thank you for seeing me too, and I appreciate you, man. And as the membership grows more, because I did ask y'all some questions, and I never really got no interaction yet. So you know, it is what it is. But as the membership grows more, we'll have more membership live streams. All right, because my membership live streams is about community. So I gotta be interacting with the community and knowing what you know what the community wants to be want to be taught, what is on y'all mind, like, and what's going on, and so we can keep each other sharp. Once again, that's the whole purpose of actual human relationship. We better each other. Like, that's what we gonna be practicing with me all the time. We practicing being human. Yep, because we've lost that. We lost being human. We lost being human to be a vanity slave, like homie from the Hobbits movie. You know what I mean? The gold. They're trying to steal the gold. They're trying to, or your Schmeagle. Precious. That's most people. Most people Schmeagle. You care more about materialism than you care about humanity. You care about what's least important than what's really important. And I had some of those. I still had some of those evil traits within myself too, and that's why I tell you the story that on my beginning part of entrepreneur journey, as much as I wanted to be a leader, I wasn't fully ready because there was those qualities that was missing. There was depth and insight that I was still missing, but I was on my way, and I wanted to be a leader, but I wasn't ready because I still had Uncle Satan working with me to certain degrees, meaning that I'm just being vulnerable and transparent with y'all. I was more so focused on just not, and I wanted people to make money too, but I was more so focused on the money than the overall journey, the overall experience. Like, I still had a monkey brain. I still had this. I wanted to get rich quick. I wanted everything to happen how my mind and how my feelings and stuff like that wanted things to happen. And I got frustrated with the fact that people were so fucking slow. Like, they were so fucking dumb. I'm just like, how you guys say that network marketing is a pyramid scheme when money in itself is a fucking pyramid scheme? Who controls the money? Only the government and the fucking banks. So it was just like a whole bunch of jackass shit that I was like, yeah, man, like, and then I was, and where I had missed out on insight too is like, I wanted people to be a part of my organization that was fucking stupid. Like, look how stupid I am. Like, I'm a jackass leader. Like, I literally was getting frustrating myself of having to have people in my organizations that was already fucking stupid. And that they couldn't make 2 + 2 = 4 make sense that, like, yo, money is a pyramid scheme. And the only ones that are winning is the ones that's closest to the source of money creation. The Cantillon effect. That's literally what it is. Those that are closest to the source of the money creation will benefit the most. Those that are furthest away, the Ponzi scheme, you're hurting. Because you cannot work faster than money's being created. They're digits on a screen. So my fingertips and me pressing enter to create new money, digits on a screen, I can do that in a heartbeat. Compare, like, you know, my beat, it beat already, boom, boom, I can create new money. You gotta work 8 to 12 hours, making $30 an hour or whatever. And you think you gonna beat me? You ain't gonna beat me. You ain't gonna beat me, bro. I click of a fucking button. Beep. You just spent 8 to 12 hours? Huh? Who is winning? Who is winning? You gotta waste 8 to 12 hours of your time to produce some dollars. All I gotta do is press enter. Press 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. I think that's enough zeros. And press enter. The mind will always beat the body when we talk about shit like that. In 12 hours, 8 to 12 hours of you working, you did not create a whole bunch of zeros and whatnot, and just hit and just hit enter and create it. You ain't do that. But they can. And you game is fair? And you not gonna situate your mind and situate yourself around people where you gonna make it fair for yourselves, free, like with freedom? Yeah, I'm not that much of a jackass. I really not. And I'll be real like I always had to be to refine my character to be a leader that I am now. I had to realize my own jackass ways. Like, duh, you're fucking stupid. Like, why would you ever want to? Why would you ever want people part of your organization that can't even see that money's a Ponzi scheme? They can't even see that money only benefits those and it benefits those that are closest to the source of money creation. Like I wasn't the best. I wasn't a good leader at that time, but I was on my way of being who I am today. I tell you that right now. So through that character development and whatnot, I had to really learn, like, I had to really master and get out of my own like demon, my own weirdo ways of making it more about materialism. No, that's the icing on the cake. It's more about humanity. That's what the spiritual war is about. And I'm like I said, I want to see all who want to really win. I want to see y'all win. I want to see y'all have real good, not no fake shit like what we see on the internet right now, fake ass relationships and shit. No, real family roots, rooted firmly, real good foundation. Foundations that cannot be destroyed. It cannot be conquered. Cause y'all put in that type of bond and connection and put in that work to solidify some shit for once in y'all human history. This is the time. We're seeing wealth being transferred. Let's make sure wealth is being transferred to us. Make sure you're operating within the blockchain world. Hold on. Make sure you're operating in the blockchain world. We live in a world now where you're fully protected outside of the banks. You don't need the banks the way that we used to. Banks will still exist, of course. They'll always be still issuing loans and put more money in their pocket, other people's pocket, or whatever. However, for this fourth industrial reality, we don't need all of them. We don't. All the banks that we have here in America, only a handful of it is really needed because of how fast and how money is today. It's got to upgrade. The banking system got to upgrade. And in this banking template today, if you hold it, you own it. We all know here in America, if you put money in the bank, you don't own it. You don't own it. The banks own it. Their history also shows you they own it. There's tons of history of people leaving their money in the banks and them not getting their money back in the bank. I'm pretty sure this year, the banks that did fail, there are Americans that didn't get that money back, and even of prior years. So, to each his own. We know. I would love to see the collective prove me wrong, in a sense where prove me wrong meaning they're gonna do what's right for them, but I really don't see majority of the people doing what's right for them. I see more people being loyal to what they've always been loyal to and to what they know. Their habits. They're creatures of habits. So creatures of habits, if all you know is submission and tyranny and trauma bonding and stuff like that, you gonna stay where you comfortable at. Ain't got nothing wrong with that, bro. I'm just here for the people that want to make that shift, that are assigned and aligned with me for that shift to take place. We already know as God's children, not everybody want it that bad. Like I told you, how bad you want it. Somebody fucking trying to drown you. How bad do you want to be free? Most people gonna just drown and not allow that motherfucker and not punch that motherfucker in the nuts or ovaries. Most people just gonna drown. Take it. She's just gonna take the beating. You gonna just take the strangling. I don't know of mammals to really do that. I don't know of mammals to really be taking all this torture unless they've been used to it and it's been something that they've been trained and conditioned into. But because I got a healthy mind, I'm a healer, bro. Anything of negative qualities and none of that shit look right to me. It will never be normal to me. This abnormal world will never be normal to me. I don't care how much more we dive into it. It will never be normal to me. Oh, shout out to Paul Revere for dropping Uneducated Economist's channel. We are winding down this message. We at the 9% mark. Shout out to everybody that has been tuning in. I'm pretty sure y'all probably experiencing some of the AI drive-throughs and stuff. Y'all let me know. I'm about to wrap up this video though, but it should already be taking place in America. Like there are automated restaurants and automated some certain chain fast food places like Taco Bell and McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. I believe that in Chick-fil-A they have the robo one of those robo Chick-fil-A vehicles going like a couple miles, from where the Chick-fil-A location is. Yes, Ash, we can learn from the rich to take care of ourselves. We're seeing the wealth transfer. We're seeing them taking care of themselves, organized. Yes, they're telling stories. Yes, they're telling stories and sending out a whole bunch of broadcast emotions and whatnot. But even all of that, it's organized chaos. They're still moving the money where they need to move it. They're still organized. We can learn a thing or two from this. Check out the book, The Second Machine Age. I think I wrote that one down. Yeah, I did write that one. The second age, and then I got ISIS paper about the generation. I wrote those two down. Trust me, 2025, we will be learning a lot more, fellas. So thank you, D Jordan for that confirmation again, that reference again, my brother. Yeah, screenshots work too. I be screenshotting stuff. Like I screenshot when you have a great night too. I'm about to head out too, guys. I screenshot when Sigma Oracle said I made $1 million in a week. I had to screenshot that one. Yeah. I definitely screenshot that one. But guys, thank y'all for tuning in to another Legacy Generational message. Thank you for however long you've been here with us, man. This was another great stream. I hold faith that you know that you got to be with God or the devil. And if you're going to be with God, you got to take affirmative amount of action. Like, you can't pussyfoot around. You can't be no bitch with God. All right, so if you're going to be a bitch, just know you're on the devil's side. You're about the pedophilia, satanic trauma bonding stuff. All right, get in where you fit in. Okay, make sure you accept yourself and don't get pissed off at who you accepted unless you're going to change something and do something better. But anyway, let's keep taking accountability, responsibility. Let's keep being sovereign. We know where to put our money, right? In cash flowing opportunities and assets. God wants you in one mind and the devil wants you in two. Thank y'all for tuning in to another Legacy Generational Wealth message. Crazy. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. One love.